Hello, very good morning, students. Today we continue our subject Mathematics 1 with the new chapter, that is multiple integration. Okay, so let's start. Integration of function of two or more variables is normally called multiple integration. The particular case of integration of function of two variable is called double integration, and three variable is triple integration, right? Now, sometimes we have to change the variables to simplify the integrand while evaluating the multiple integrals. Variables can be changed by substitution or by changing the coordinate system, that is polar, spherical, or cylindrical coordinates. Multiple integrals are useful in evaluating in plane area, mass of lamina, mass and volume of solid regions, like that. Now, double integrals over rectangles and general regions. So, double integral of a function f of xy over region R can be evaluated by two successive integrations. There are two different methods to evaluate a double integrals. Method 1, that is, let the region R, that is PQRS, bounded by the curves y equal to y1x and y2x, and the line x equal to a and x equal to b. See, let's understand with the help of the graph. Suppose this is, we have a, this is x-axis, this one is y-axis, right? Here we have two curves, y equal to y1x and y2x, right? So this is y equal to y1x, one curve. And suppose the other curve is y equal to y2x, right? And to x equal to a and x equal to b. So suppose this one is x equal to a and this is x equal to b, right? So this is the area which is bounded by these two curves and these two lines, x equal to a and b. So this one is P, this point is P, Q, R, S, right? Now, in the region PQRS, for finding this region, as this is not any particular shape, right? So, draw a vertical strip. Suppose I draw a vertical strip like this. Draw a vertical strip, right? Along strip AB. This is AB. Y varies from y1 to y2. See, here lower portion is, this is, suppose I take this y1 and this is y2. So y varies from y1 to y2 and x is fixed. Then the double integration is integrated first. Students, listen carefully. If I take this vertical strip, then first here y is varies from y1 to y2. At that time my x is fixed. Okay. And then the double integration is integrated first with respect to y between the limits y1 and y2, treating x constant. Now move the strip AB horizontal. Okay. First I have to integrate with respect to like this. Then I have to move this my strip horizontal. And x equal to A to x equal to B. So cover the entire region PQRS. Okay. Then I move my this strip like horizontal like this. Right. So first my strip AB move from left to right, and then this my strip horizontal strip move from upward to downward or downward to upward, right? See, this is the double integration f of xy dx dy. First I do my integration with respect to y, then whatever answer will come, will do my integration with respect to x, and at that time my limits are a to b. This is method 1. Now method 2. In this case, suppose I have curves x equal to x1y and x equal to x2y. That is like, see, this is y-axis and this one is x-axis, right? Now I have two curves. Suppose one is x equal to x1 and other is x equal to x2. X equal to x1, one curve, x1y. And this is x equal to x2y, right? At that time, value of y are fixed. That is C and D. Suppose this is y equal to C and this is y equal to D, right? So, this is P, Q, R, S. So draw a horizontal strip AB first. In this case, I am doing a horizontal strip AB first. Suppose I draw a horizontal strip, right? Along strip AB, X varies from X1 to X2, right? At that time, Y is pretty constant. Now move this strip from horizontal to vertical, right? And you have to cover your whole region PQRS, first from X1 to X2, then from PQ to RS. So in this case, you have to do your integration with respect to Y first, then whatever answer is left, you have to do your integration with respect to X. So these are the two methods. Let's start. Some notes are there before starting the examples. That is, number 1, if all the 4 limits are constant, okay, it is really important point, then region of the integration R is a rectangle. In this case, the function f of xy can be integrated with respect to any variable first. What does it mean? Suppose if you have a double integration, your one limit is 0, 1 and other limit is 1, 1, 2, something like that. It means your all 4 limits are constant here, right? And whatever function you have given, you can do integration with respect to y first or with respect to x first. Okay, both are same, right? Here you can do the integration with respect to any variable first. Second rule, if all 4 limits are constant and f of xy is explicit, then double integral can be written as product of 2 single integrals. Okay. And the third one, if inner limit depends on x, then function f of xy is integrated first with respect to y and vice versa. What does it mean? Suppose your outer limit is 1 to 2, your inner limit is 0 to x, right? It means whatever function is given, here your inner limit is depends on x, right? It means depends on x, it means it is a limit of y. In this case, you have to do integration first with respect to y only. Then whatever answer will come, then you have to do with respect to x. Okay, got it, students? If your inner limit is depends on x, you have to do your integration first with respect to y. If your inner limit is depends on y, then you have to do your integration first with respect to x, then with respect to y. Okay. So next, properties of double integrals. Okay. See, it is one student is I have doubt in the second rule. if all, in this second rule, all four limits are constant, right? And this function is explicit form. Explicit form means if one variable we can represent in the form of the other variable, then the double integral can be written as product of two single variable, two single integrals. Okay. Okay. So properties of double integrals. Various properties of double integrals are analogs to those four single integrals for f and g continuous in region R with k as a rational number. Your first property is, suppose your double integral f plus g. You have two functions f plus g dx dy is equal to, you can do your double integration f dx dy plus double integration g dx dy. Both are left hand side is equal to right hand side. And for the second rule, suppose you have a constant k into, this is constant, k is any constant, into f dx dy, then k into double integration of f dx dy. No need to do the integration of this constant k. You can put out of the integral, right? And the last, for f continuous in region R, where R is R1 union R2, and where R1 and R2 are non-overlapping regions whose union is R, then you may write here R f dx plus dy is equal to R1 f dx dy plus R2 f dx dy. Okay. So please keep in mind all these three rules for the solution of the examples. Now, let's start the example. See, evaluate integration -1 to 1, 0 to 2, 1 minus 6x square y dx dy. Okay, so let's start the solution. Here, all four limits are constant, right? As per the rule, if all four limits are constants, you may do the integration first with any variable. Okay, so I'm doing the integration first with respect to x. So here -1 to 1. Now 0 to 2, 1 minus 6x square y dx dy. Okay. Now -1 to 1. Integration of 1 with respect to x is what, students? X, yes. And for 6x square y, what is the integration with respect to x? Here 6 and y are constant, right? And the integration of x square is what? X cubed by 3. So here 6, integration of x square is x cubed by 3, y, and the limits are 0 to 2. Do dy. By simplification here, 2x cube y, right? So here -1 to 1, x minus 2x cube y, limits are 0 to 2 dy. Okay, after substituting upper limit here, 2 minus 2 cube is what? 8. 8 to the 16. So 2 minus 16y. And after substituting 0, both terms are 0. So here -1 to 1, 2 minus 16y. This is my value of the upper limit. Value of the lower limits both are 0, right? So -1 to 1, 2 minus 16y dy. Okay. Now, the integration of 2 with respect to y, that is what? 2y, right? And integration of this 16y with respect to y, that is minus 16y square by 2. Okay. So this is -1 to 1. Okay. So 2y minus 8y square -1 to 1. After substituting upper limit and lower limit, this is 2 minus 8 into 1 square, that is just 8 upper limit, minus lower limit minus 2. Here minus 1 square, that is again plus. So here just minus 8. Okay. So 2 minus 8 minus minus plus 2, right? And minus minus plus 8. So this both will be cancelled and 2 2s are 4. So this is my answer. Okay. Any doubt? One student has doubt is there. Devanshi, ma'am, I didn't get it. How we know when to integrate with x first and when to integrate with y first? Devanshi. Okay. Devanshi, if your all four, see, this is your limits. If your all four limits are constant, then you may, there is no rule for the first integration, right? You may integrate with respect to any variable first. If you want to wish with respect to x first, then you can do with x, or if you want to integration with respect to y first, then you can do with y. But if your equation is like that, your inner integration is depends on x, because here is x, right? In limit there is x, so your inner integration is depends on x. At that time you have to do your integration first with respect to y. Suppose if I give one more, that is 0 to 2, and your inner integration is 0 to root y. It means your inner integration is depends on what? It depends on y, right? At that time, you have to do your integration first with respect to x, because your inner integrations, it depends on y. At that time, you have to do your integration first with respect to x. Okay, okay. One student is, can we apply property of odd and even function of? Yes, you can apply. Yes, okay. You can apply property of odd and even for the integration. Yes, okay. Anyone have any other doubt? Okay, no doubt. Okay, now then let's move with one more example. That is, see, sketch the region of the integration and evaluate 1 to 4, 0 to root x. Okay, here your inner integral is depends on x. Okay, and here 3 by 2 e raised to y upon root x dy dx. In this case, what we have to do? We have to integrate our integral first with respect to what? Let me give answer in the chat box first. Yes, very good. In this case, first we have to do our integration with respect to y. Very good. Okay, okay. So let's start. That is, see, since the inner limit depends on x, the function is integrated first with respect to y and then with respect to x. Okay. Now, limits. This is one. Second, limits are what? Limits. Our first limit, that is, here is x, right, students? So this is the limit of x. So limits of y equal to 0 to y equal to root x. See, this is x, right? So this is the limit of y. and limit of x, that is this one, x equal to 1 to x equal to 4. Okay, any doubt, student, about this limit? Okay, so the region is bounded by what? X equal to 1, x equal to 4, y equal to 0, and y equal to root x. Okay, this y equal to root x I will represent, or I will write as y square equal to x. See, y equal to root x I will write as y square equal to x, right? Okay, so this, our region is bounded by these 4 constraints. Okay, now the main point is the point of intersection. The point of intersection. In this case, see, if I put x equal to 1 here, okay, listen carefully. If I put x equal to 1, then y is 1. And if I put x equal to 4, at that time my y is 2. Agree? The point of intersection is what? The point of intersection of y square equal to x and x. Point of intersection y square equal to x and x equal to 1 and x equal to 4, that is 1 1 and 4 2. I again repeat, because x is 1 given, right? So if I put x equal to 1, then y equal to 1. If I put x equal to 4, then by taking square root both the side, y equal to 2. So x1, y1, x4, y2. This is the point of the intersection. Okay. So we'll sketch the graph first, then we'll do the example, right? Here, this is my y-axis. This one is x-axis, right? Now, what is the, here what is given? My, sorry. Now, see, this is y square equal to x, right? So for y square equal to x, I will draw my parabola like surrounding to x-axis. See, this is y square equal to x. If you have given y square equal to x, then you have to draw a parabola surrounding x-axis. Now, x equal to 1 and this one is x equal to 4. Okay. This is x equal to 1. This is x equal to 4. Now, this area is surrounded by these 4 constraints. Okay. Y square equal to x, x equal to 1, x equal to 4, and your fourth limit is y equal to 0, right? This is y equal to 0. So this area is surrounded by these 4 constraints. So this is the sketch, what they have asked. And this point, this is 1 1, and this one is 2 4. Sorry, 4 2. This is 1 1, and this point is 4 2. Okay, this is the point of intersection. Now, let's start the example, solution of the example, right? Now, the outer limit is 1 4. inner limit is 0 to root x, 3 by 2 e raised to y upon root x dy dx. First we have to do, this is the limit of y. So first we have to do the integration with respect to y first. So put 1 to 4, keep it same in the bracket, 0 to root x, 3 by 2. You may also write 3 by 2 out of the 3 by 2 out of the integral, right? And here just e raised to y upon root x dy into dx. So 1 by 4, 3 by 2. So integration of e raised to y upon root x, exponential. So e raised to y upon root x, keep it same. And after applying the chain rule, the derivative of y, that is 1 by root x. So upon 1 upon root x. Okay. And the limits are 0 to root x into dx. Okay. So if I keep this root x in the numerator, then 1 to 4, 3 by 2, this is root x, right? And here e raised to y upon root x, 0 to root x into dx. Now we have to substitute my upper limit first. So in the place of y, if I substitute root x, so root x upon root x, that is 1. So 1 to 4, 3 by 2, root x, this is e raised to 1, and by substituting 0, e raised to 0 is 1. Any doubt? Okay. So this 3 by 2 and this e minus 1 are constant now. So if I keep out of the integral, then is equal to 3 by 2 e minus 1. Now the remaining term is 1 to 4 root x dx, right? So if I do the integration of this root x with respect to x, then x raised root x means what? X raised to 1/2, right? And the integration of x raised to 1/2 is what? X raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. And the limits are 1 to 4. So here 3 by 2 e minus 1. If I keep this 3 by 2 as 2 by 3 and x raised to 3 by 2 minus x raised to 3 by 2 and the limits are 1 to 4. Okay, so this 2 2 and 3 3 will be cancelled. Here e minus 1. So if I keep my upper limit 4 raised to 3 by 2 minus 1 raised to 3 by 2, right? So 4 means what? 2 square. 4 means what? 2 square. And here 2 square raised to 3 by 2 minus 1. This 2 2 will be cancelled. So 2 cube. 2 cube means what? 8. And 8 minus 1, that is 7. So e minus 1. Here 8 minus 1. So my final answer is what, students? 7 e minus 1. Any doubt? Yes, very good. Many students have given the answer. Very good. Yes. Okay. Vidhi want to show the previous slide. Okay. Okay, Vidhi, this one. Okay, got it? Let me move with the next example. Okay. Okay. So let's move with one more example. That is, evaluate 0 to 1 and our inner integrals limits is 0 to under root 1 minus y square by 2 dx dy upon under root 1 minus x square minus y square. Okay. See, in this case, our inner limits is depends on what? It depends on y. At that time, we have to do our integration first with respect to what? First with respect to X. Yes, very good. And they didn't ask for the sketch. Okay, so no need to draw any graph here. You have to just do the integration. So solution here 0 to 1, 0 to under root 1 minus y square whole by 2 dx dy upon under root 1 minus x square minus y square. As I want to do my integration first with respect to x, so I keep this 0 to 1 in the bracket 0 to under root 1 minus y square whole by 2 here dx upon, in this case x is variable, right, and y is constant, so I keep this 1 and minus y square together because both are constant. So here 1 minus y square minus x square into dy, because now x is variable and y is constant. We are doing the integration first with respect to x now. So this is the 1 upon under root a square minus 1 upon under root a square minus x square, right? So this is the formula of sine inverse x upon a. So 0 to 1 here sine inverse x, and our a is what? Under root 1 minus y square. Here 0 under root 1 minus y square upon 2. dy keep it same. This is 2. Okay. So if I put my upper limit here, then that is what? Under root 1 minus y square by 2. So that 1 under root 1 minus y square will be cancelled, and 0 to 1 here is what? Sine inverse 1 upon root 2 minus sine inverse 0. Okay. Now the value of sine inverse 1 upon root 2 is what? Value of sine inverse 1 upon root 2 is pi by 4, and sine inverse 0 is 0. So here 0 to 1 pi by 4 minus 0 into dy. So here pi by 4 is constant, 0 to 1 dy. So the integration of 1 with respect to y, that is just y. So pi by 4 y, 0 to 1. Here pi by 4 y minus 0. See, by putting 1 minus 0, so our answer is just pi by 4. Okay. Okay, very good, very good. Approximate 8 to 10 students have given the answer. I expect everyone, because it is just simple integration, right? And integration is very useful for the next semester also. So please keep practice. Without practice, you can't score good marks in any semester in mathematics. Please do practice. Any doubts, students, for this example? Let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the chat box, students, please. Okay, no doubts. Okay, so let's move with the next one. Now, the working rule, okay, working rule for the evaluation of double integrals over a general region. So if the region is bounded by more than one curve, then find the point of the intersection of all the curves. First rule, draw all the curves and mark their point of intersection. Identify the region of the integration. Draw a vertical or horizontal strip in the region, whichever makes the integration easier. Okay, there is no rule that which type of strip you have to draw. Whatever strip make the integration easier, you may take vertical strip or you may take horizontal strip. The vertical strip starts from the lowest part of the region and terminate on the highest part of the region. And for the vertical strip, the lower limit of y is obtained from the curve when the vertical strips start, and the upper limit of y is obtained from the curve where it terminates. The lower limit of x is obtained from leftmost point of the region, and upper limit of x is obtained from the rightmost point of the region. Students, I know it is not easy to you to understand by theory only. It is helpful for the revision, right? And it is more easy when we get the example. These are the just point. The horizontal strip starts from left part of the region and terminate on the right part of the region. The lower limit of x is obtained from the curve when the horizontal strip starts, and upper limit is obtained from the curve where it terminates. The lower limit of y is obtained from the lowest point of the region, and the upper limit of y is obtained from the highest point of the region. Variation along the strip changes within the region, and the region is divided into the parts. So let's take one example. See here, evaluate double integration dx dy over the triangle bounded by x equal to 0, y equal to 0, and ax plus by equal to 1. Okay, our first point, solution. First point, the region. For the region, see, this is, we want the graph. Here, x, y. X equal to 0 means what? Y-axis. Y-axis means x equal to 0, right? And y equal to 0 means what? X-axis. Please do understand. For x equal to 0, it means this is y-axis. For x equal to 0, it is x equal to 0 y-axis and y equal to 0 x-axis, right? And this, the third line, this line means ax plus by equal to 0. So if I keep x equal to 0, if I keep x equal to 0, my y is what? 1 upon b. X 0, and y 1 upon b. Similarly, if I keep y 0, then x 1 upon a. Y 0 and x 1 upon a. So I suppose these are 2 points. This point is 1 by a 0 and 0 upon 1 by b, and this line is ax plus by equal to 1. Okay, so this is our region. This is our region. This is P, Q, R. Okay, now the first point. First point, triangle, the region of the integration is, the region of integration is triangle PQR, right? The number 2, the integration can be done with respect to any variable first, right? You, in this case, both are the same. The integration can be done with any variable first. Okay, now we want to find the points of the intersection. So this point is what? 0, 0. Other point is 1 by a 0, and this is 0 upon 1 upon b. Students, as we have a very less time, less than 1 minute, so we'll continue this example in tomorrow's lecture. Okay, if you have any doubt regarding today's lecture, let me ask. We'll continue this example tomorrow. If you have any doubt, let me ask, as we have less than 1 minute today. Ma'am, 1 upon b.